Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. Today, I'd like to share with you the entry level of the real Qigong, real Neigong, or internal art. So, be it in Wing Chun, in fighting art, in healing art, one needs to arrive at this state in order to get the benefit. So what I'm going to share with you is the entry level. It is like an entrance. If you do not get through this entrance, whatever you practice is not going to get you result. And of course, even if we get result, you have a deep result or shallow result. However, that result need to pass through this entry level I'm going to share with you today. Okay? It is useless to talk about Xing Qi to Dan Tian, to talk about Zhan Zhuang, to talk about all this Wu Ji, Tai Ji. Dan Tian is 1 inch below your navel. Dan Tian is 3 inch below your navel. Dan Tian is within your navel, and all sort of stuff. Talking about those stuff without passing the entry level I'm sharing with you today is just empty talk. If you really have passing through this entry level and develop your kung fu in the internal, in the real, be able to breathe with your lower abs rhythmically, naturally, be able to sing Qi Lu Dan Tian. You can look around today in the world. Most people do not have those kung fu they are talking about. Thus, it is just a misleading. Everybody have their 5 cents. So, let's get into this entry level. This is extremely critical and important because that separates you from ordinary people to the people who train in Qigong, in Neigong, in internal art, in Zhan Zhuang, for fighting art, for health. Okay? Now, a step prior to this entry step, which is very critical, but I have shared with you in previous few days. Namely, remember in my video, I want everybody to get this so that one be able to make use of this part, the back part of the muscle, so that you are not doing all kinds of unnatural stuff, but you be able to use your body properly. Okay? Now, this is one thing. Another thing is I share with everybody one need to use this. Exhale when you're standing up. You can feel the uh, the muscle of the bottom here, on your stomach, on your butt, or every place, the muscle, everything. And then you inhale when you relax, squat a little bit down. So exhale, you stand a little bit up. Uh, Inhale, you squat a little bit down, relax. And you feel all everywhere here, okay, all the muscle. So those are in the other YouTube I already share very carefully. Now, that step is extremely important because it is that step you know your body and you know how the body interact with each other when you do just a breathing. So you need that tools to make you aware of your back, everything. You need those tools to make you aware of all those core area and so forth, how they interact. If you practice it more and more, you are aware of this thing. And if you practice each of those, aware of it more than 15 seconds for each when you practice, you're going to be mindful of your entire body, at least in this part and the back part. Okay? That part of the body you were aware when you never aware before. Now, you also were aware that how it linked to your breathing. That is the prerequisite to get into the entry level. Now, in the entry level, now you stand the same, equal shoulder width, like when you do using those tools. But right now, you want it to be natural. You don't want to be manipulative, like using the tools. You are manipulative, right? You're standing up, squat a little bit down, testing out this, trying out that, and then using the pole to shift your weight, to aware of your back and to familiar with it. Those are manipulative. Now what you want to do is you stand this in this the same equal shoulder stand relaxedly, and you put your hand. Okay, if it's male, you put the left inside, right outside. If it's a female, you put the right touching your tummy and left outside. Okay, the female and male, there's a difference because there's a difference in the chi flow. This is a different design. Now you just have to put your arm down here, your navel, just under your navel, wherever you feel comfortable, and whenever you do not uh, pushing your shoulder down and you don't lifting your shoulder up. You want to get it so that the top part of your body, your rib cage, you are not squeezing it or expand it. You want it to be natural. Okay? So when you do that, you want to stand there and you want to aware of when you inhale and exhale, see how the body naturally doing when you inhale. Your body is like sing a little bit. your your stomach, your abdomen, like uh, expanding 360-degree, all relax the hip, all this joint, all relax, and then the pelvic floor going down. And when you exhale, you see how naturally it actually lift up the pelvic floor muscle, the butt squeeze in, the lower abs actually contract in. Of course, it's minute, and this is not manipulative. You just stand there, put your hand there in a good position, a relaxed position. You inhale, you exhale. You inhale, you exhale. You're aware of it, and you want that natural rhythm, natural uh, changing of your lower abs, your lower abs, your butt, your hip, everything to surface by itself. If you keeping practice that, like 1 minute here, 5 minutes there, you'll reach at the point that you just stand in there, and all this, when you exhale, your stomach contract, your butt contract, your hui here lifting up. When you exhale, you do that, and then when you inhale, the body is expanding, dropping down. All those stuff where you experience when you are manipulatively using the tools, it show up. And at that time, your body is so loose, like you are in a state of sleeping. So you are like in a state of sleeping. You let your body do its own job while you inhale and exhale. And you know that your breathing is deep. And if you are just aware of the part of the body under your palm, it it expand, contract. After a while, you can start to feel warmness in your lower abs. But you don't want the intention to make those kind of stuff. You just relax and that thing will come if you pay attention to that part. And my suggestion is don't do that, okay? Just aware of your breathing, see how deep is the breathing, how natural the lower abs, all this muscle, butt muscle contract, and then expand, tightening up a little bit, relax it, and all this naturally happen. That is the entry state of Qigong, Neigong, all the Qi stuff and the Xing Qi to Dantian. Okay? Unless you get into that state, you're standing down there, all this, like an orchestra, it play by itself. And you just resting there like sleeping, and you can see all this orchestra playing. So your body might swing a little bit. All this thing, that is the entry level. So when anybody go practice Zhan Zhuang, or no, it doesn't matter. This way, that way, that way, whatever. They want to do it this way. They want to do it this way. They want to do it that way. As soon as they standing there, they get their mind and body and energy into this entry level, and then via this gate, this entry level, it get deeper and deeper. That's how they develop the kung fu for fighting art, for meditations, for healing. And how do you check that? Whether it is proper? Well, you get a stool. Make sure you sit only about 1/3. Make sure your hip here is higher than the knee here. That's why it is good to have something you can adjust. No, not at least that you want to have that this knee is lower than your hip. Okay, you don't want your knee to be higher than your hip. No, it's like this. So at that point, you sit down there, and you can feel those orchestra, how all those lower abs, this butt and everything, it really go playing its own music by itself. There's the entry level. And at that level, somebody just have different method of aware of different thing if they want to develop of different internal kung fu or internal skill. And however, what I'm sharing with you today is just the entry level, so that you want to make sure the orchestra can play naturally by itself. That is the entry level. Only after that, depend on what you want to develop. You have different type of awareness, like the anapanasati will pay attention, mindful on the breathing, mindful on different stuff, which I don't want to tell you here, but I want to tell you this state of entry. Okay, so it's sitting down or standing up. There is the same. All this orchestra naturally it play the music. Okay, most people never get to that. Most people just tense the hell out of the body, making some structure, believe this. You never get there. And that's why, again, it is important to have the tools so that we use the tools to know our body. We use the tools to know different part of our body. And remember, whenever you're using tools, it is called manipulative. So why do you need all this manipulative stuff? Is because you want to find out how your body interact and aware of it and mindful of it. Only after this, you get to the entry level and you let it be. Let the orchestra start itself, play itself. That is the entry level. You need to enter the entry level. And you can check it with when you're sitting down. The reason why the Chinese always go to a teacher is because they need verifications. Say, I have already achieved this, I attained this. I need to go to a teacher. If it is not sure it is or it is not, to get the teacher who got it and then verify for you. So that is the authentic attainment or authentic achievement. Otherwise is you can always see everywhere in the world people say, when you sing Qi to Dan Tian, you will be this, be that, be that, be that, be that, be that. They have all their interpretation. But do they really have the authentic verifications? They don't. That's why Wing Chun or Chinese Kung Fu is so difficult to learn. Why? When you are doing something which you are not sure, you can do an entire lifetime. You still not sure what you're doing. You go practice Western boxing. You go to the gym. The coach teach you the jab, the cross, the hook. It is very clear. You put 3 months on it. You know what is boxing. You learn Qigong. Everybody have their 5 cents, but everybody don't know what it is. You spend a lifetime. You go nowhere. but thinking some days you practice Wing Chun Xiu Lin Tao, same thing. If you don't get into the entry level, forget about it. Okay? What are you going to get out from that Xiu Lin Tao set? Nothing, zero. Because you never get into this entry level. So, today I share with you this critical stuff. I know in this world, somebody get their brain washed. So no matter what is in front of their eyes, they will never see it. And somebody get their mindset. They just want to be grandmaster. They want to be the superhero. Also, they will never see what is in front of their eyes. But for us common people, you want to improve your health, improve your energy, we need to follow what the ancients teaching and the details. And it is good that today in America we have tools to help us in. Imagine if you don't have those tools and asking you to standing here to get into the entry level, how difficult it is. That's why you got people who training the Chinese Kung Fu, internal, whatever. You can get 1,000 students in. You probably will get only, say, 10 people, might be, if lucky, to be able to enter the entry level. Even the teacher can verify for you, but you cannot get in. But now we use the tools, manipulate it, we aware of it. And then we have the stepping stone, intermediate steps. So that when we get to the entry level, you say, oh yeah, this is what it is. And then you get a teacher who be able to verify it. It has to be able to achieve within, say, 100 hours of practice. So only that way we can guarantee that practice this will help our body. So this is what I like to share with you today. Okay? It is about educations. It is about all of us so that we have one more tools to help our health for everyday living.